In the last hour, I've been fit for and had my brand new PXG driver built. But what is it? Let's go find out. So we're at the new PXG store in London. Believe it or not, there's a fitting centre in the back of here. So we've got the brand new Black Ops range, which isn't actually out at the point in time that we're recording this. And we're gonna get fit and see all the new drivers, fairways and hybrids. So this is gonna be really exciting.
Right, let's hit a few of this first. Let's just have a look, see what's going on. Like, if you could improve on this driver now into the new Black Ops, is it purely like a launch thing then, I guess? Like a loft perspective?
Yeah, I would say like in general, my bad drive goes left.
Okay.
Like just...
Like a little duck hookie left or a high slinging one?
Duck hooky left.
Okay, cool.
Like it starts left and it goes left and it gives me nightmares.
Okay.
That was telling.
Do you remember what length this one was built to?
I don't remember what length it is. The thing is, I was hitting it so well at the time, they just didn't want to change the length of it.
That might be just a thing where like you find that little inconsistency in the strike at times.
Yeah.
So we might just play around the length. You go short, we can go longer, just to really find where you can hit it more at the middle. I guess for you, at the level you're playing at, yes, you want to gain yardage, but you just want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, if you just play once a week, you know, so let's call it 52 times a year, if you could hit one more fairway each time you play, that's 52 more fairways a year, you know. What does that look like in terms of your scoring? You know, like small little gains can make a real big difference. So if you imagine if you play twice a week, that's like 104 more fairways, you know, so you can start doing the maths and like little changes can make a real big difference. But more so it's more for you, it's that bad hit. So when I look at a new drive for me, yes, gaining yardage is good, but I want to make sure when I gain yardage that my bad one, when I hit it bad, like mine's a low neck, that it doesn't carve off.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big thing, really.
Well, I think like at the point where, like I'm quite comfortable with how far I hit it. And if I wanted to hit it further, I'd just train to be faster.
Yeah.
Whereas like...
You just want to stand there and know what it's doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Black Ops is made for you then.
You're saying all the right things. Well, I said my bad shot's left and then I've not hit one left. Well, I have changed like my swing characteristics a lot.
Okay.
Since, because like
you're not hitting as up on it.
My attack angle's like 5 different from when I got fit for this.
Last time, yeah.
And my swing speed.
Is that more neutral where you find it now, attack angle wise?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me put something together for you. So.
I'm seeing gloss.
Black Ops, okay. Glossy head this year, obviously compared to where we've been the matte finish previously. Yeah. You've got high composite crown and obviously composite sole now. So a little bit different from where it's previously been. Obviously still keeping in incorporation our precision weighting that we also use. New face technology, so we've got what we call an AMF face.
Looks a bit deeper.
Yeah, slightly deeper, a little bit stretched, still 460cc. So this is designed to be launch higher, keep the spin low, so maximum distance, maximum forgiveness. Okay, so we'll just go 9 degree to begin with. So basically what you've got weight-wise set up in this compared to your current one, you've got 2.5 grams in the front, 2.5 grams in the heel and toe, sorry, and you've got 12.5 in the back.
Okay. It looks nice. I like the contrast of the like 2 colours. It did sound different, didn't it? Oh, look how much higher it's gone straight away.
Yeah, spin was up. Yeah, I see.
I need
a little
more
cutty.
spin, I think.
More spin than that?
No, I mean
oh,
more
sorry.
spin. No.
Oh, right. So say,
You got sort of panic.
Yeah, I was going, no.
What she needs more spin.
Have you ever hit Acura before?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so
It's interesting.
Acura TZ6. So there's a couple of models that we use. I play the TZ5 version personally, but the TZ6 is basically high launcher shaft, quite lower spinning. So we might have a little play and just see where we're at. But what you'll find with TZ6, it's got quite a reactive tip to it. So you might really find that when we're losing a little bit right at the moment, might just help with just score it up a bit easier for us. How does it initially sound to you?
Good. It definitely sounds different to the other one.
So they've worked hard on like really trying to get that frequency right with this new one, but it does sound like quite nice and loud.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sometimes when you have those like the carbon drivers nowadays, they sound very like fuddy, and you feel like you hit them, and you're like, it doesn't.
Yeah, you can definitely feel like.
It
I
comes
like it
off
when
the
you
face.
can feel when you've hit a good shot and you can feel the difference between like that and a bad shot, which you don't always get sometimes, because like it's feedback.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I'm consistent today, anyway.
So like shaft-wise, how does that initially sort of feel?
Good.
Yeah, compared to what you've been using previously.
I like it.
Yeah.
A lot that people don't necessarily realise about shafts, because they'll kind of just go pull one off the shelf that's like, because it says stiff, but actually that means a different thing for like every company.
Yeah, so like each manufacturer's stiff will be very different frequencies, so they will have different bend profiles throughout. So some manufacturers' stiff will be close to some's regulars or even some's extra stiff. Just depends on how they sort of like to. Like this with KVS, you'll probably find it feels a lot more of a slightly smoother profile, so it won't feel like you have to really work hard at it. So let's have a hit with that. See, the launch and the spin on it's pretty good, to be fair, Hannah. So let's move these weights around now slightly. And basically what I'm doing, I'm just going to split it now. So, and yeah, 12.5 grams and about 2.5 grams in the heel. I'm just going to basically put 7.5 grams in the back, 7.5 grams in the heel. So it's slightly, see that slightly higher launch, but just enough where it might just turn over a smidge for us. A bit more ball speed.
I'm always amazed how much difference those weights make.
Crazy, isn't it? So like we kept the same amount of weight in the head. So instead of being 12.5 back, 2.5 in the heel, I've basically just took that 15 grams total weight and then just split it across the two weight ports. And still kept that 2.5 in the toe, which is basically like a blank really for us typically. The default setting is big weight in the back of the head, and then this is where now we come in and we just tweak and move it around just to fine tune it wherever you need it to be.
Oh, that was Healy.
So that'd be the one for me where I look at when I'm hitting, it's like low and Healy, not very good, but it's 5 yards right of target.
Yeah.
You know, all right, yes, the yardage has dropped off a little bit, you know, talking 15, 20 yards in carry, but you hit that.
It's on the fairway.
You know.
So it's all right.
Yeah.
I've
like,
not lost
you've not hit
ball.
it well, and it's where you're trying to get it down. You know, if you've hit it 243 and you've scabbed it down there, you walk down and go, that's perfect. I'll get on from here. You know, that's the big thing. So it's definitely better launch, better spin, more ball speed, you know. So
Consistent shape as well.
Yeah, like 13.6 launch, 2,500 spin, you know, that's be right in the sort of wheelhouse where you want to be, 78 feet in the air. Yes, you've just hit it a little bit slightly heel, so it's just cut off slightly and left the face sort of degree open. But on the whole, that's pretty strong. And you can see now flight-wise, where before we were below that mountain, it's now up and above it, you know.
A lot of difference in terms of height. There's this weird thing where for like literally 27 years of my life, everyone was like, you need to hit it lower. Every fitting.
It's so different now.
And then I switched. I was like, how is this? What's happened?
Because obviously beforehand, like the technology in drivers are always like a lot of spin, so you're just trying to control spin. Now you've got the ability where most drivers now they've done they launch high, spin very low. So it's trying to really, the way to maximize driver distance, high, low spin. You know, if you watch the tour guys, they'll hit it sky high and it'll go forever with just no spin. So like for you, because you hit up on it, you know, I want you to feel like you can hit it as high as you can, really. Like if you were hitting it negative into it, then we would run a lot more spin, then we might have a few more issues to sort of try and navigate. But for you, just tee up and send it, really. Give it a rip.
Quite taken.
Smidge toe.
It still feels solid in terms of like speed. But
Yeah, that's a good strike. The only thing there is just that face is 4.5 degrees open.
it's That's not what anyone wants to hear.
So I could load this up a bit more in the heel for you.
Yeah.
But my only concern is then you might find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, my face is not normally that open, but my path. So I've been trying to move my path further right because I've been like 2 to 3 left.
Okay.
So you can see, like, I've been working really hard on moving my path right, which I have done, but I'm not matching the face.
Yeah, the path is good to really hit that night. You just got to feel, you just release that head.
But obviously it's like, is my face open now because I've moved the path?
It would be.
But then because I'm scared of hitting it left, I'm like, oh, do I want...
So before you'd probably would have hit maybe like a slight fade, I guess, like a cutty one.
Left path all last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means it starts left, moves back on target. But when you shift path now, right of target, okay, then the face doesn't. So basically now you're hitting a push slice really. So the face hasn't really changed. The path's moved. So before you was getting away with it because it started left and moved towards target. Now it's starting right of target, but just not. So you need to feel like it.
Yeah. Goes.
Okay,
Okay,
so let's move this
Let's
around. I don't really want you to feel like you're flipping your hands at it generally. Like you've moved the path nicely. You've worked hard on changing that path and your delivery's nice. You just want to aim like, imagine you've got a clock on the floor, 12 is your target line, aim at 2 and just let it go. Hopefully with this weight now.
Oh no. Oh no. I do this sometimes where we flip the weights where it's meant to do one thing and then do the complete opposite. That is
that was
a common
9.5 open. I definitely put it in the heel, okay?
Yeah.
No, honestly, I do that all the time.
I feel that was a really good one, but we didn't get it. Oh no,
There we
yeah.
go.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Let the driver work for you.
Left of target.
Yeah, swallow.
I'm actually really enjoying the feel of this and the ball speed. Just wish I could square the face. It's quite annoying actually. It's like not what I normally do at all. But to be honest, like the consistency of it is what I'm looking for because I just want something I can put in play more consistently. And obviously the carry and all that's good. But having like a consistent shot shape is really important to me. And even if it's like different to what I've been hitting, it doesn't matter as long as it's consistent.
This is where I might just put you in something similar launch and profile, but just simply just to spin a touch more. How does it feel with that weight being slightly bit more in the heel now? A bit easier to release it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The strike feels quite different. I did hit that right off the top of the face though, so that's my own fault. So what would be the difference between these two?
Or from the KBS to this. So KBS more mid-launch, low spin. This is more mid-mid now. So it's probably a very similar profile to that Hazardous as well that you've been using.
It's interesting because that felt cutting,
Now
but
we're
went
cooking.
dead straight.
Actually, quickest ball speed of the day, 140, nice and straight. Just
We
over
like
the mountain.
that shot tracer.
Probably a bit more reactive than that KBS in terms of like, you'll probably feel like it will
Kick
help
a bit.
square up a bit more at the bottom. If you look now, your face angle, we've struggled all day, like between like 4 to 5 degrees open. That time was 0.5.
Oh yeah.
And you haven't changed in terms of that path. It's still moving right like you want it to. You're still hitting up on it. Just a different profile shaft will just help get that club delivered back in a slightly better position.
Holy moly. Left.
Okay.
I'm back.
Just seeing the ball speed there and the spin rate, I think just going a smidge more loft now, it's going to be magic.
These are all the little things we just don't know how to do. So I tell them to get fit. Oh, nice.
If I'm being critical, I don't think you've hit that your best strike of the
No,
day.
I didn't.
And if you think like the launch spin wise, again the ball you just caught a little bit high in the head. But again, face angle really good, launch spin. If that comes your miss hit, you know, down the middle, nice and tight, but still decent
Yeah,
yardage.
we'll take that as a miss.
That's what you want, isn't it? Quite like that shaft. Let's put it in like the same, but just a bit more loft in the head.
Oh, oh, nice.
It's definitely a better launch, isn't it?
Very good.
So do you feel like that now just turns a smidge too much? That's the longest carry all day.
I don't mind turn as long as it starts on target.
Okay.
What I don't like is
So
when
this is the beauty now where like that weight's 2.5 grams in the heel.
Yeah.
If you want that to be a bit more neutral, we can just move it back into the back position. You know, that's launched at 15 degrees, span at 140.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But what's that finish left of target, like 15 yards?
well, this is 5-yard line here.
Yes,
this
it's
is
not even
15.
15.
So it's 7 yards left.
I can deal with 7 yards left.
It's
Rather
whether you
than
want to feel
70.
like, if you want to really maximize it, then that's the feeling you want to have where you feel like you're still hitting into out, and hopefully
Yeah.
that weight will just allow the head to feel you can hit that draw.
Yeah.
You got
But I feel like
just,
I've hit quite hard at that, and it's gone 7 yards left.
well, that's your longest carry by far. We've been around most of the day. Where you started at the start of the day, you were, you know, like 217. You know, that last hit there went 231 nearly in the air. You know, and the big change really then you find is with launching it a lot higher. You were 12.5 before. Like you took that out of the equation. You know, spin was sort of 2.2, roughly 2.3, 12.5 launch. That last one, like 15 launch. But look, strike, plumb at the middle, squaring the head up a better as well.
And more attack angle.
More attack angle, more ball speed.
Wins everywhere, basically.
Wins everywhere.
If this isn't a lesson in game fitting, I don't know what is.
But this is where sometimes like the difference between you may be maybe playing 7.5 in your previous driver, but that characteristic of what that driver does in terms of launch and spin
Yeah,
is
it's
very different. You know, so you could have 20 10.5 degree drivers here. They will all probably launch and spin completely different.
This is what I try to explain to people when they're like, because a lot of time if I do like head-to-head comparisons, I'll use different shafts and different drivers. And they're like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, well, the same shaft doesn't perform the same in each club head.
100%. That is spot
each
on.
club head is different.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. I feel like I can hit this hard and control it though. That's what I quite like. 97.4 club heads.
There you are. That's the longest carry as well. That's gained 4 yards on the previous one.
Bit heavy.
How does that feel though? Like,
Nice, I really like it.
okay, have a
It
hit
just
with the
feels
freewood
like
then.
controlled.
I put something similar in. That's about 1/4 of an inch shorter than what a standard would be. But this time I've left the weight in the back in this one, so
Okay.
more the neutral position, okay? So this is the freewood, this is, okay? Oh, that sounded nice.
That sounded lush. It sounded fast.
That's a hot fairway with that.
Look how
Done.
high that is.
Done next. I can't believe how high that
That's
was.
what I know, that was fine.
So this is like slightly different material now from the driver. Still like the same composite crown. This is
Yeah.
a stainless steel now. So we've gone away from using titanium in the head. So basically, with the stainless steel, we can get the face thinner, so it flexes more, so it'll launch higher. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so really basically trying to do what you just want to hit nice and high, keep the spin low, to again maximise it and really produce a good flight out of it.
Because that looks like the same window as my driver.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, 87 feet. I like it personally because I like the woods to feel very similar. But in case of like, I've gone here because obviously we've worked through a number of shafts already and trying to find something that works well weight profile for you, but really gets that launch and that spin where you need to be.
Yeah.
You know, like Tensar Blues, you went in it was squaring that head up straight away. Keeping it very similar profile to what you're in, just as like you're actually in a KBS very similar to that. This is just mirror the two up really. That sounds awesome.
Wow,
It sounds so good, doesn't it?
So this has got like an internal sort of rib channel in it again, so it just stiffens up the structure between the face and the crown. Those oscillating hits become a lot more stable. Like the sound of that just sounded.
We've just gone from the longest drive fit to the quickest.
But
three-wood fit in
if
ever.
you think about in terms of a gapping point of view, when you're carrying a driver around 225, 230, you want this to roll out towards that sort of number.
Yeah.
So where this one finishes, the next one starts. You know, that's launch and spin wise there, 90 feet in the air, like pretty money, I guess.
Oh, I do just love a hybrid. Oh, it sits nice too.
Is it?
Do I like it? It's like kind of a cross between an iron-like hybrid and a round hybrid. Just
Is it-
sometimes people make them really too square, but sometimes they can also be too round, if that makes sense. But this has like an element of both in it.
My only thing like with hybrids traditionally in the past, I always feel they sit really upright and I feel like they sit very closed. So, and I'm a bit like you, I don't want to ever really see it go left. So with the hybrids here, I always feel they sit very square. And the beauty of what we also offer in our hosel essentially, we can make this flatter in lie angle.
Yeah.
We can move it 3 degrees flat, you know, which is a real good thing, yeah.
Small as well. It's nice.
It's really needs to go exactly 2 hours.
Oh, that's nice. I like the height of it as well. It's not like,
Flat fall.
yeah,
Do you find with a 5-wood now then like it's all lie dependent, I guess?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
Like
I
if
have
you're
like
slight-
the smallest 5-wood physically possible, so I can use it more. But then obviously it's not actually that forgiving because it's a small 5-wood. So you probably might as well have a hybrid.
Correct, yeah.
But I think sometimes with a hybrid you can get it where one that it's too upright and two it can go high but spin loads. And
You
then
wanna
if
be able
it's
to have-
windy, you can't control it.
You want a club that's like when it's not looking pretty lie-wise, you can get this in
Yeah.
and get it out. You know, that's where these are real,
Because you can
really, really good, yeah.
You can't do that with a 4-iron.
No, you can't.
Like-
You can't, no, yeah, 100%.
And I do sometimes feel like the 5-wood's a bit too far from the 4-iron. If you're in a sense where it's a bad lie or it's a really hard 4-iron to get there, that's quite a hard shot to hit, like a hard 4-iron.
Yeah,
where
definitely, yeah.
Hitting a soft hybrid's a little bit easier.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Oh, how consistent that is.
But again, like if you look at where that finishes, Hannah, that's where the 3-wood was landing. You know, you
Yeah.
imagine just stood out hitting like 207 out from the green, and you can hit this now nearly 90 feet in the air and land it in. It's gonna be a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think now I almost have a bit too big of a gap because like my 4-iron goes like 180, but then I've not got my 5-wood flies 200. So it's like if you get that situation where it's like it's not really a 4-iron, you're basically like down here with the 5-wood. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not really a shot you want to put
No,
it.
definitely.
Oh, that's nice.
That shaft's a real winner, isn't it?
The shaft has been a real winner. 75 grams stiff.
Oh, good talk.
So these are now set up with that 12.5 grams in the hybrid and the fairway, the weight back. So this is something that you can maybe play with the driver then potentially. If you find them like it just turns a bit too much, then you basically just pull him out and stick him back here,
Yeah.
just to neutralise him again. All right?
That feels like good to me. Who knows? I can get a big left face if it comes back.
Yeah?
I'm not going to let it come back.